imagine me drinking at the wedding because I would have went out. I wouldn't remember anything. I would have been drinking.
You're able to remember that. You're more present. Like,
I
you're
would
enjoying
have been
these
shots. Everybody was in the bar. I would have been doing shots. Like, yeah. Should have a baby tree. Number 3 now.
There's no chance, Stacey. That was
I
it.
think she'd ask her plans to be.
Oh, what, have a baby?
Well, I think so.
No way.
I think so.
It's a right switch. Wow, what? Right, this is going to be our boardroom meeting, yeah? We can shoot a podcast here. Look, we can sit here and shoot a podcast. You can talk and I'll talk about the wedding. Right, so today is the 26th of May 2025. My name is Jonathan Maloney. I'm an online fitness coach and I'm sort of a man that's turned my life around within the last 2 years. I'm joined here by Stacey Maloney, my wife of 2 days. We just got married on Friday the 23rd in the Castleknock Hotel. So today we're just going to speak about basically my journey from changing my life around to Stacey sort of sticking by me over the last, 15 years? 15 years, and the chaos and the madness that we sort of went through on the journey to getting here. Look, our wedding day was absolutely fantastic. We have 2 beautiful girls, Layla 7 and Olivia 3, who were a massive part of the wedding and a massive inspiration for me and motivation for me to sort of turn my life around as well. So, Stacey, where we start?
Where do we start, John?
We'll start with when we met. Yeah. So me and Stacey met 15 years ago? 15 years ago, and look, I was 27?
27.
I was 27.
Just gone 23.
Stacey was 23. And look, you'll enjoy the madness then.
I was 22.
Yeah,
we were mad, both wild.
We were both wild. So when we first met, it was, as all people do when they first met, heavily based around drink, going out, partying, just enjoying each other's company, getting to know each other. And then as the years progressed, Stacey sort of grew out of it and I grew into it, and it just got worse and worse.
I stopped, you didn't.
Yeah, Stacey sort of leveled it off a bit and I didn't. So when we had our first baby, Layla? Stacey was sort of completely removed with them, and then I was involved with race horses, the gambling scene, drinking, partying, just doing what lads in general do. But I was always taken to an extreme. I'd have quite addictive a personality, so if I go for a few points, it's never just 3 or 4 points. It was always a session. It was always 24 hours. And it wasn't that I was an alcoholic, but every 3 weeks or so, I'd go on a binge.
But it's different types of alcohol. You're saying that an alcohol.
Yeah, look,
it's different. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's different. Just because you're not drinking a can every night doesn't mean you're not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Do you know? There's different forms, and it comes in if it's affecting your family or your home one way, something wrong.
Look, I agree. It was affecting our relationship very negatively, because like most men, I was unhappy where I was sort of in my life. I didn't have.
You didn't realise you were unhappy. You're saying you were unhappy. You
No,
thought
but
you were living. You thought this was.
I didn't. There was always a want in me. There was always a want in me for more, and I'd always get I was the type that I'd always get build up a business, get good in it, get making good money in it. Then me and Stacey be in a good place, and it just didn't feel comfortable to me. It felt, wow, things are going good. What's this weird feeling? Because I was used to operating and living in chaos, so I didn't feel good in the calmness. So I was subconsciously, I was basically saying to myself, nah, this doesn't feel right. How can I fuck this up? Not actually saying those words, but doing those actions to make it happen. And then when I was in the chaos, I enjoyed the fight back of trying to get back with Stacey, trying to build my life back up after ruining myself. Gambling played a big part in it. I'd be gambling and I'd lose money and I'd build the business up, I'd make money, and then I'd be comfortable. And I didn't like operating out of being comfortable. I liked operating out of the chase. So people looking at us now from the outside.
I do take the balls out of them. I was looking at us.
From the outside in, will probably think we're picture perfect, and that who do we think you are? Guys, it was 10 years of chaos. And look, most people, Stacey had every right to give up. She had every right to throw it down.
I tried.
Not that she didn't try. What do you mean you tried?
I tried to leave you alone at the time.
What do you mean try to leave you? If you really wanted to, you could have.
Johnny, I woke up in with you so many times, and then you just like you were just so persistent. Like you just never let me go. Like you let me go for 2 weeks and then bombarded me.
Because I had to let you calm down. Like if I had
I don't know who told you that.
if I had tried within those
that
2
used
weeks.
to drive me even more nuts. Let me calm down. He's like, who does he think he is leaving me this long, not ringing me or texting me? And then annoying me more because I was like, he's just on his bender. You just used to go out for it a few weeks before.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Because if I tried to make up with you within that initial week or two, you were still so angry and still so like, so you'd block me, you change your number, you wouldn't answer, you give me death on the phone. So I was just like, right, let her calm down. She's still very highly strung at the moment. So let her get back into her life. Let her miss you a bit. Let her miss the way you used to do some nice things or used to mind you a bit. So then, because she's not thinking of those things, but she was still wanting to kill me. So I let her calm down. And then, like, you'd get a text back. Or you'd get 2 seconds on a phone call instead of not answering at all. Then you get 3 minutes the next time.
So he's saying
and you were chipping away a bit.
Anybody wants to call us relationships, Johnny?
Just don't give up. Don't give up. I'm actually a relationship coach. I'll help you get your mom back. So anybody that's broke up with a board at the minute that says they don't want them, guys, you can get her back 100%.
Yeah, borderline stalker, Johnny. Like borderline stalker.
And look, if all that fails, we just kidnap her. No, no, but it was. That's what I'm sorry. Look, if anybody else looking from the outside in, it might look picture perfect, like we got big, beautiful girls, and look, that's what I'm trying to build for us now, and Stacey's trying to build too. Like, but guys, it didn't come easy for us. Like 9 out of 10 people would have thrown the towel in and walked away. Like,
oh, it was hard. Like we fought hard. Like we did. Like it was constant roller coaster. It was constant. But then looking back on it, you were like that, and you loved the madness. And then I've said it before. Obviously, I loved a bit of madness. Like in a relationship, it was obviously keeping me for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? I obviously couldn't live in the middle lane either. Do you know what I mean? Because I took a lot of adjusting. When you changed, it was a shock to me. Like there was points where I was like,
because I went from one extreme to another. Like, yeah, cars were poor. Because going from what it was, because it was like, guys, when I'd go out, like we wouldn't be no object. We'd be out. We'd be just like the life. It's like I'd always make sure there was loads around us. There'd be a great atmosphere, great crack. Like, do you know what I mean? And then it went from me basically not going out at all.
Well, it went from you like you were just carefree. Like something about you when I first met you, it was like, John, do you want to go out tonight? I would say you never committed to that, you never made plans. It was always last minute. It was like, Stacey, get some money, we're going out. It was like, you know,
that impulsive.
Yeah, the impulsive, like, and that was hard to get used to, like the regimen.
No, you like the impulsiveness.
Yeah,
you like me not having it. Yeah, but that's because I wasn't responsible either.
Oh,
when you look at it like that, I wasn't a responsible adult.
Yeah. Well, like I think as well, like I wanted my kid to eat. I wanted both of us, I suppose. I wanted you to not drink and stop when you needed to stop.
Yeah.
But obviously you couldn't do that, so you know.
Oh look, it was a learned behaviour. Like I'm not the type to go out and have 3 or 4 points. Like, and Stacey'd say, I'd go out I'd be going out and I'd be saying, I'm just going up to my dad and brother. I'm going to have 3 points and I'm going to be home after. And in my head, I believed 100% I was going to have 3 points and go home. I'd have 3 points. They'd be heading home, and I'd be on the phone rounding up the troops. I'd be rounding up.
But you know what? Like I knew when it was going to happen. So like, say it was Sunday, you'd be like, Stacey, should I do something with the girls? And I'm like, he's just like buying us here. So you do your little 3 hours with us, you bring us breakfast, and then I knew you'd go outside, come on the phone, walk back in, you'd have a cheeky little look in there. I was like, right, this is disappearing now. I'm just going to meet me dad for a pint. And then I get to Harris, and he'd be like, what's the problem? Just go for a drink, I'm just a lad. And I'm like, yeah, but you just don't come home. And then that's when back, like you felt like I was controlling then, but I was like, I knew what was going to happen. And then you'd go, that was it, you were gone. Like, you just 2 days phone off. And then I'd be lying in the bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd be like, don't ring up, because I knew as soon as I ring you, the phone would go off. And then I keep trying to ring it, and I wouldn't go back to sleep. So I'd ring you. And then next time, I'd ring back again, phone you off.
Oh look, it was disrespectful, but it wasn't. And then part of me was like, I didn't want to deal with the reality of what was after happening. There'd be often times it'd be 4 or 5 in the morning, I would have been out, and I'd say, like going home didn't even come into my vocabulary. Like when I was gone, like it's mad. When I used to drink, whoever was in my company at the time, that was all that was in the world. Like there was nobody else even in the world.
Sure, like you wouldn't. I couldn't get my head around. Like I used to obviously have other boyfriends, and you know, you send you drunk texts, I love you, and you wouldn't hear from you, I'd be dead. Like, you wouldn't know, you'd be never like a text like, thinking of you, babe, or I love you, babe.
I'm
Like, I'm
gone.
gone. And then I remember having Layla and this, like, you know, you'll text me there to make sure me and her are like, no. It'd be nothing, like, you wouldn't be like, you lay, alright, are you?
It's because like when I drank, that was it, gone. Like I'd be just focused on whoever's in my vicinity, whoever's with me there in company. That was it. Like phones wouldn't even come into it. Like, it was just whoever was there.
I did, John, because you're on the phone.
No, be on the phone to an extent, but then next of all, I'd be gone. Like, so from after 11 o'clock at night, the phone wouldn't be touched or looked at. Like.
Do you miss drinking at all?
No, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Like even at the wedding the other day, like it's not that I judge people that do drink. Like you have to go through it. Like I've loads of cousins and nephews and stuff that are at the wedding and stuff, and they're enjoying their life. Like you can't put an old head on young shoulders. You have to experience it.
100%.
You have to experience. You have to live your life. Experience like the going out, the party, and the going through the growing up phase. It's just obviously I didn't grow up in the timeline that I should have. Like I always had ambition and always wanted more out of life. And then that's what was making me get worse and worse because I wasn't content with where I was in life. So to escape not being content, I was just hiding from it and drinking more, like, do you know what I mean? Or going out and rallying myself, thinking this is what I want, when it wasn't. That was only pushing me further away from what I actually did want.
But I do think not everyone has to drink. I don't think it's like I suppose I would like that we are the type of couple that could have a glass of wine and then. Like obviously we're not, because you can't have that.
It's not that though.
But like,
it doesn't fit into
like,
me.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in, but some people it does fit in, and that's.
Oh, of course, I'm not saying
like,
everybody should not drink, but
no.
I'd have no interest in it. There's not one bit of me that would love to have a drink, and not because I feel like I can't control it. I could control it. I could learn to control it. I've learned to do other things that I can't do, but I just don't want it in my life. It stops progress in all areas. Like what, to have alcohol to make me what, more socially.
Yeah, but it took you a while to get, like, let's not bullshit, like, without the drink, like, you did drink for social.
Oh, of course.
You're shy, you are shy.
Of course. It was confidence. Most men drink for confidence. They go out, like, I was probably the quietest person in the room, but I'd be the loudest person in the room with 10 points in me. I'd be the life and soul of the party, I'd be Jack the lad, I'd be everyone's friend. And like, and it did take me a while. Obviously, I remember we went to a wedding when I had stopped drinking. I went up to one of the lads' 40s when I'd stopped drinking to show me face. And of course it's uncomfortable, and of course it's awkward, but the more you put yourself in that environment, the easier it becomes.
100%. Sure, look, even at the wedding there the other day, I would have thought, oh my god, dancing without drink. Oh my
yeah.
God.
Both of us up dancing all night, like, with not a alcohol, not a care in the world. Like, because what happens is you become comfortable with who you are.
Well, you realise you're not that good with the drink dancing. Like, you know what I mean? So you're better off not having it and dancing. Like, think you're Beyonce with it, like, you know, you realise then. I don't know, I just think it's not one shoe fits all. Like, I'd said this before, like, from my 18 to my 20s, like, 27, like, a party and had a great time. I don't feel like I'm a son.
Yeah, because you experience both sides.
I did, like, and I do think kids need to, like, not, like, there is.
Oh, that was the same with me. Like, so look, I was 22, I think. I got my own pub in town, and I was always level-headed enough. Like, I'd still have a few drinks, but I was always level-headed enough. I didn't really let go. It was only until I turned probably 27 or 28 that I started going out sort of partying then. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I was always focused, business oriented, and then so it was obviously because I started later, it ran on a bit later. It ran on until I was probably like nearly 40. Because I was 40 when I realised the cop. I said, look, this has to change.
Was it like a midlife crisis kind of thing?
No, it was just urgency. Urgency sat in.
Yeah, so you turned 40 and like shit, like.
Yeah, like I remember being at my 40s and I was saying, I'm not where I want to be in life. Like, I'm not having the impact I want to have in life. Like, I've always wanted to help people. I'd always try to give people good advice, good guidance, but I'd never heed it myself. And when I turned 40, I was just looking around and I was just saying, like, Stacey deserved more. The girls, Layla deserved more. Olivia. And I was just saying, like, I want a better life for us. And it's not going to happen by me continuing to do the things that I did. Gambling, drinking, binge watching TV and Netflix, all the things that a lot of us do to just get through life, to distract us. So all I sort of just slowly focused on was getting myself fit. It's like I was overweight, like I was horrendous stuff, and I thought I looked well. I was
blind, I think, because I look back at pictures now and I was like, God, he was massive.
Your standards were so low.
No, but like I do, like I never seen you like as big as what you were. I was just people like you think you ate me or something, like, because like you don't realise when you're in it, I suppose. And not that you were bad, like, it was just compared to now.
Yeah, like looking back at pictures myself, like I think
Even for me though, I was skinny fat.
Yeah.
Like I was thin.
Yeah.
Like I had a bit of muscle. I don't know what I do now. Like, but like I'm skinny, like scrawny skinny. But I used to eat me pies at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Like breakfast rolls and.
Oh, her habits were bad. Like it's what you like. It's crazy when you look back now. Like the changes that we've made. Like and we just see them as normal. Like we don't see it as anything else. Like we intuitively probably just eat a little bit better. Not mad clean, but we intuitively eat a bit better. But like the knock-on effect for me sort of changing has had like, because I remember when I started changing, I started getting into shape, I started losing the weight, and started listening to positive content and stuff to sort of rewire my brain. I would be saying to Stacey, "Mom, listen to this." She'd be like, "What?" And then I'd say to Stacey, "Look, you should be eating a bit of this now." The more I pushed to say like, have porridge and have some protein powder, she'd actually, or I was in the evening, I'd be saying, "Look, have some Greek yogurt and this." Just to piss me off, she'd bring McDonald's. Do you know what I mean? I should bring a 3 in 1. She'd bring a 3 in 1.
Yeah. Because I was like, the time was a sort of cult. I was like, he's brainwashed, he's fucked in the head. I remember saying to him, "Man, I think he's gone, I think he's lost it." Because I couldn't, obviously, because it changed, and then it happened, and I was like, what's going on here? It was like, I used to say, do you know the way people knock on your door and be like, what are them people then?
Mormons or something, or religious.
Yeah, they throw you into it, and I was like, there's like someone that's knocking on your door, like, and it's, but I don't know, that was me, obviously, the confidence of me that I couldn't accept the change. But yeah, it was mad, like, I was like, what the fuck is going on, like, and at the start, because I remember you doing it, and I'm like, yeah, how long is this going to last for? And then I was like, I think it was October, wasn't it? And Christmas was coming, and like, oh, sure, look, Christmas is coming.
I did actually, I broke that Christmas, so I think I think I stopped drinking in October
after Sarah's
wedding 2 years ago. And then I did 8 weeks, I think, and I was feeling unbelievable. And then I think Stacey's dad and one of the lads was ringing me to go out. And it was a Stephen's Day, and I'd always go out Stephen's Day. And I was like, no, was it Stephen's Day? Yeah, I said, no, look, I'm good. And I felt unbelievable. And I says, no, I'm not. But you know, sometimes you need that last sort of thing to remind you that you don't want to. So I said, right, went out Stephen's Day. I think I was doing a few bets, I think, because
I was carnage because you were out with Dad and Mum.
I was on the drink. I went out with a session, and oh guys, I remember I was oblivious, and I think I woke up in some fella's house actually. I woke up in some fella's house in Cardiff with no sitting room windows, a super Air beside me, and I was like, what the fuck, where am I? And this fella says, oh look, you were asleep in the pub, and you wouldn't get a taxi, and you wouldn't get into, like, you wouldn't let me drop you home, you weren't giving me your address. And I was like, fuck. And I just says, oh, I was dying. I looked at my watch, it was like 9:30 in the morning. I was like, oh, she's going to be going nuts. I said, I can't believe I did this again. Like, and I just felt horrendous. And I was beating myself up, and I said to your man, who didn't even really know, I probably met him in the pub once or twice, said to him, right, come on. And he says, what? We're going to the pub. And he says, what? And he said, I've no money. I said, don't be worried, come on, let's go. Straight down to the Greyhound we went. Got in there early, and first drink I ordered was 6 vodkas and 3 Red Bull. And
what was like? Actually, you had a little row with Dad, it was grand, I was nothing. My mum was sick in hospital, do you remember?
Yeah.
She was in hospital.
Yeah.
So like, it was actually the worst Christmas I've ever had. Because I fought with you for about a week after that. My mum was sick, I was back and forth. I was kind of having an argument with my dad over you. It was horrendous, like, and you were just, I was like, what? Like, it was just...
So you realised that the 8 weeks prior to that?
I got a reality thing as well,
You got to geez, the 8 weeks were great, like, I don't want this back. Because you got a taste of what it's like to have me a bit more present.
Like, I was like, holy shit, Stacey, like that was peace, like you were living in peace.
Yeah, because it's mad, like you wish for something, and then when you get it, you forget that you have it, and then you, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you take it for granted.
Yeah, like at times, like I was thinking, oh, I'd like a little bit, man, to go out for a night out. Not that we went out that once, probably every 2 years, every year, like, but then like, no, like, what change everything? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that one might have changed everything, like the...
Oh, well, look, that was the last reminder I needed then. Like, I think that was really the last drink I had. Yeah. And it was, look, it just gave you that reminder, because you know, when you're operating on such a higher level, you're feeling like sort of connected with that higher version of yourself. You just feel fit, good, strong, clear minded. You have clarity of where you're going and what you want. And then to go back to that, look, it's hard because you beat yourself up, like I was saying, because you feel like you're starting from scratch again. But you're not, you're starting from a different start.
Hard to put yourself back that time?
No, not really, because it gave me that, this is not what I want. Like, this is not what I want. Like. So then I just got dialed in again, and just sort of, a lot of people, even the lads that I coach, like I just say it to them, I just say, look, your first 6-8 weeks with me, I said, you're going to feel unbelievable. going to start losing weight, you're going to start building muscle, you're going to start toning up, you're going to be more present with your family, you're going to be able to guide them better, you're going to have a better relationship. You will feel good at some point, and that little devil on your shoulder would say to you, you've been so good, you deserve this. And they all do have a little slip, but it gives them that reminder then. And look, as I said, it's not rehab. It's not like it's...
Well, it's in slips, you do need that, like, not slips, I don't mean drink.
To realign you.
But to go again.
Yeah, to realign you, because look,
look,
success isn't always linear. It's not always going up, 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 up. It goes up, down a little bit, up, but each time you're pushing forward a little bit.
100%, because that shows how strong you are. I think if you're able to, I don't know, like, but pull yourself back from that, like, you know what I mean, like having, like we're going to have this weekend, obviously we're eating shite, but getting back to the gym, like,
I didn't. No, just for everybody.
Put the picture of the afternoon tea in here, included there. How many calories did it add up to?
Oh yeah, just put it in.
But you do live as well, like I think.
Of course, look, and I enjoy my life. Like people might think, look, I know what it's like. The lads, like my mates, like, and I had amazing friends. Like I still love them to bits. Like it's not that I think I'm better than anybody. I just can't be in certain environments. Do you know what I mean? I just can't be in certain environments. And
do you know what? Like, and I think through this, we kind of realised who is real friends and who's not. Like, and that's no disrespect to anybody. Yeah. But you kind of realise who has your back and who's not, and who supports people and who doesn't. Like, it does show a lot in life. Do you know what I mean? There's certain people that are really behind you. You know?
Yeah.
You might see them.
Yeah.
You might, but they're giving you
they
that text, or they're genuinely care, like, and then there's the people that are writing about you in group chats, like, no illusion, like, you get talked about, and you're like.
But see, and see, what sometimes, a lot of the times, what happens is you change and highlights other people's habits, so it makes them uncomfortable. They're like, who does he think he is? Because look, if people hate on what they gave up on,
but that's the truth. That's fine. Like, if you don't want to do that and you want to go out with a weekend, fine, by me. Don't put people down. And I don't understand it. Like, would you walk around about a fat person and say she's full good fat, and like think that's okay? Like, so what gives people the right if someone wants to make themselves better to sit they can talk about it, put you down? Like, like build people up, like support other people. Not nice say nothing at all. Like, and it's the whole thing. Like, they're talking about going around, but like, how do you feel if someone's speaking about your child or speaking?
Of course, look, and it is like, and look. It's all
pathetic, like
people are at different stages of their journey. Some people are still at, like, look, I'd be the very person that's sitting in the pub. I used to sit in that Mount View, and if I see somebody out jogging on a Sunday morning at 11 o'clock, but we're in there ordering points, getting ready for the day of racing and football, I'd be saying, man, what a loser. I'd be the very person who would have said that, like, or saying he's found God or something. Do you know what I mean? If one of the lads gave up drink, I'd be the very said, geez, stay away from him, he's not well in the head, that fella. But it's actually the complete opposite.
Yeah, because I remember when I don't know who someone might say to him, I remember he saying to me, he doesn't fucking drink, something wrong with him, he's tapped in the head. I remember a fella, did you remember him talking about it? And you're like, he's tapped in the head. Yeah, like,
and little did I know, he's actually living his best life. Do you know what I mean? Because what happens is, at the start when you're changing, you care about what other people think and all. You're still trying to fit in a bit, because like, it's like that school mentality. Do you know when you're in school and you're trying to just make friends and you're just trying to gel into everybody else? But then you come out the other side of it and you actually don't give a shit what people think, and you stop expecting things from people.
But I think you even said, like, I suppose there was a bit of bridesmaid through the sweating and stuff, and like, I'm not to get very strong now through everything, as in, you like, as you said to me, I know exactly what I want and what I don't want.
Oh yeah, you're so in it, like, you're not
I'm not answering to anybody.
No, that's it, but that's the way it should be. If everybody was just more, I was like, I remember saying something to me, but you're so like, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, and
that's it. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to please anybody anymore. I'm at a stage where I'm like, I suppose we're not content. I'm like, I have the girls, have you. I don't really, like, I love everybody in my life now, but I'm not here to please anyone anymore. Like, I'm like, where before I probably would have been, okay, that's cool, that's fine.
Yeah, people pleasing, like. Yeah, like, of course, to an extent, you're going to be, like,
it's going to hurt people, I don't mean like that, like, you know what I mean? You have to, like, well, yeah, I do think, like, that's had to come, and I must learn that from you, like, a confidence, I suppose.
Oh yeah, but you're not here to look, and it's.
So when I'm an arsehole, see, you have to teach me.
Oh, she was an arsehole last night. She was an arsehole last night. So we're in Power's Court for 2 or 3 nights, or 2 nights for the day after the wedding, and.
It's not all roses, lads.
We're going to Dubai then in October with the girls for our honeymoon. We're bringing the girls with us, like. But we came down here. Like, so look, it's been a nice 2 days. Look, it's to give Stacey a break as well. So because she's amazing with the girls. Because I only get to do what I do because she does what she does at home. And I'm under no illusion she works hard. Like, rare in a family, any mother like he's our legends, like. But what was I saying there?
We had a row last night.
Oh, we had a row last night.
Not a row.
Not a row. We got into bed.
I wanted room service, and he wanted to go to the restaurant.
Yeah, so we were sitting in the room since 6 o'clock, and we got into bed. We watched a movie in bed, just chilled, had a cup of tea, like Granny and Grandad still. No, we were just enjoying the peace and quiet, and I need to move. So we were eating some chocolate popcorn and Maltesers and stuff like that.
That was after the afternoon tea.
After the afternoon tea, yeah, right. And so I was stuffed and I was bloated and I needed to move my body. And I said, look, I'm going to look, Bray's not far, let's go for a drive to Bray and get something to eat. We go for a little walk on the beach or something. I needed to walk. So no. And I said, let's go downstairs and get something. I needed to get out now. So I said, right, look, I'm just going to go for a walk. Order room service if you want. There's the menu. And I think Stacey's like, cheeky him telling me to order room service and him not ordering it for me.
No, I didn't.
It was a lot. She thinks like that. Like
I was like, cheeky him, because I want to walk and go for a walk. And I was like, I'm not just jumping out this because he wants to.
But that's right. So that was that. So then I went for me little walk, came, sat down in the lobby for an hour on my own, and went up and then Stacey like, be quiet coming into this room at 10:30. She texts me, have you got your key? I was like, oh man. And I would be a bit passive aggressive sometimes too. So I went up and was like, what's wrong with you? And I was making a cup of tea and I was turning the telly on.
I can't sleep at night, like I can't sleep with telly on or a radio on. And then he was like, you put the telly on. I was like, don't put that telly on. And you were like, I just won't put the sound on. So we put the telly on. Well, no fucking sound. So like, what?
I just wanted to watch it.
We watched it, but no, you couldn't even hear us. So why did you even put it on?
Just to annoy you. No, it wasn't just to annoy you.
It
wasn't just to annoy you.
And then this morning I went to, you mustn't took that off in anger, did you?
Oh, the ring, yeah, because she's like, oh, I love the ring on you, like. And I was getting up to, I couldn't get it off the last 2 days. I think my fingers grew with all the food I've eaten. But I took it off, I think it was last night. Yeah, I took it off last night, into bed and left it there for her to see.
Did you?
No, but I don't think like that. But,
oh my god.
Yeah. No, so look, getting back to what we were talking about. It's like the wedding day was fantastic for us. Like the wedding was unbelievable. Like Stacey organised the whole lot of it. Like we only decided in February to get married, and
we went to, like we kept saying it had to be done. Kept saying it was. I don't know anyone book a wedding. You just go to do it and your head just goes, and then I stop, and then I stop.
Yeah, because you come up against a bit of friction. Because that's what so I've always said to Stacey, book the wedding. Like about, I think last year we had a call with a girl in Spain, there to book a wedding in Spain, and it was just when she started saying, right, this is what you have to decide, this is what you have to decide, and it's like, yeah, because you're coming up against a bit of friction, and then most people, and as it is, like that's what you have. You think when you come up against a bit of friction, it's like, whoa, no, don't want this, and you run away from it. And it's learning to sit in that uncomfortableness for a second, deal with that friction, put it down on paper even, and just saying, right, these are the next steps. And that's the same with fitness, that's the same with anything, mindset, nutrition. When you come up with, we all have behaviours we've constructed, habitually constructed. So when you used to come up against a bit of friction and organise, you get overwhelmed and you go 360 and 100 away. But now this time you just went full throttle.
I'm getting in before you're a millionaire. half-o,
pal. Did you not see that thing assigned as a prenup? I said to the priest, I said, look, just put that prenup there, so prenup.
Stop.
No,
it was worth it. You know what, up to it, I was like, oh, this is a headache. Anyone that's thought this is a headache, but now after doing it, I'm like, I'm so glad I did it. Yeah. And you know what, we done it on our terms, we did it our way, like, you know what I mean? Every way we done it was like, we didn't have a date too, you know, because we just wanted to, even the bar, like, we couldn't have bar to have two. I was like, no, half one's time enough.
Yeah. And it was.
Every decision we made was.
Yeah. It was based on what we live our life with.
Like the kids, we had the kids start at 10:30, we make sure they were boxed off where they needed to be, but we were making sure they were there to a time that we knew to suit them, that we wanted them. You know, it was just us, I think. Everything was us. We did it like, not to do please anyone, like even the meal was meant to be a 4-course meal. I was like, no, I want a 3-course meal. Yeah. It was just...
No, you were bridesmaid.
No, I was a bit bridesmaid. Like, I want to tell people half the stuff, like 2 dresses.
2 dresses. 2 dresses. Pair of Jimmy shoes she bought and she didn't wear.
Like, I get the money back for you, I'm going to buy a pair.
And I'm going to buy a pair. She hasn't told me the half of the good guys. When we go through our budget for next month, I'll let you know what happens.
I went to buy a dress and I was like, I love this. I never tried a wedding dress on. My mum and auntie was with me and I was like, I love it. And she was like, yeah, blah, blah. And I gave the money up front. I was like, yeah, but anyone that bought a wedding dress knows if you sign, don't get your money back. You buy a dress, that is it, right? So I didn't leave. I had to collect it and I went home and I was like, I hate that dress. Mum was like, what do you mean you hate the dress? I hate that dress. That dress is not me. I can't wear that dress. I said, it's tacky. I know it was me. I don't do. Like, I was like, no, that's not me. And she, what? So we went to shop and shop's like, no, like, you can't get your money back. And I was like, what do you mean I can't get my money back? So then I had to be like, I don't want money for a dress. Meanwhile, I bought another dress. And I was like, what am I going to do? So then you know what you do? What I automatically do? Mom, sort that out.
Pour the rain. Shout out to the rain, love it.
She was on the phone, she had to like beg, borrow, steal to like get me money back, or got the money back. And then I was like, oh grand. So then I got shoes and I was like, oh, yeah, I love these shoes, but I really love Jimmy shoes. Just because I think I just wanted the bag. So I went down to Cadera Outlet, someone was like, oh, Cadera Outlet. So I was like, yeah, I went to Cadera Outlet. And I was like, my mum was with me again, and I was like, yeah, these are the shoes. So I was like, picture of the bag. I think it was just for Instagram. I was like, picture of the bag. Woo! So then I went and got the dress fitted. And I looked down and I walked out after fitting, and I was like to my mum and auntie, I was like, I hate them shoes. Like, what? Them shoes are hard with that dress. I can't wear them shoes. Like, what do you mean you can't wear them shoes? I said, I just can't wear them shoes with that dress. And my auntie was there, and my mum was like, they're lovely. And my auntie was like, yeah, not gonna lie, they're not really great with it, are they? I was like, that's it, I can't wear shoes. So you can't get your money back. So then I bought a pair of shoes, so a pair of Jimmy shoes sitting at home.
And not that we're designer branded focus,
no,
she's shopping.
I don't like designer bags. Like, I don't even like, I'm a designer. I've never had a designer in my life. Like, you bought me a designer bag before. I was like, what you buying that for? Just because it was a wedding and I just was visualising. Then I had like 3 pairs of earrings, 2 tiaras. I didn't wear either of them. Yes. But look, we got there in the end.
Not drinking alcohol at your wedding. How did that feel?
It phased me, like, it wasn't. So wasn't something. Like, I had the Heineken 0.0, but I felt like it was. I don't know, I can't imagine, even if I was drinking, I can't imagine me drinking at the wedding because like, I would have blanked out, I wouldn't remember anything. I would have been drinking.
You're able to remember that, you're more presently,
you're
enjoying
these
shots.
Every time I was in the bar, I would have been doing shots, and like, yeah. And then I just be blank, I would not remember a thing, like actually anything. Like, you would have been drinking, I would have seen you, we would have been fighting, I would have got you to bed, you would have been in a residence bar, we would have been dying the next day. This would have been totally different. I reckon this would have been totally different. It would have been it wouldn't have been a nice experience. I know it wouldn't have been.
So even the night before the wedding, I would have been having drinks with you.
Well, like even your mum was saying to go to the pub the night before, and then the morning of the wedding. Yeah. Like if that had been for my anxiety would have been through the roof. Yeah. Like he's going. Is he showing drunk like, or is he showing a few nights? Seedy, and he would have been seedy, Johnny, because you would have been drinking all night the night before. You would have stayed up to before, and then you would have been great crack in the paddocks. You would have had everyone that you thought. Could have got to paddocks before.
Oh no, look, so like, since we removed drink, like everything's changed. I mean, like.
Yeah, but it took a while to get used to him. I'm not going to say like
straight
away that it's great fun. Like, there's times I looked at it and said, he's very warm.
She actually said to me halfway through it, at about 6 months into it, I just want the old Johnny back.
Because I couldn't get used to it. Like, it was hard for me to get used as well. Like, I obviously loved the madness from me as well. There was a reason I was hanging around with the madness, obviously. Like, so then when you just went really level,
there was no flashes, there was no highs, there was no lows, like, there was no like madness, like, so no chaos. Like.
Yeah, so it took me a while to get used to that as well. Like it did, like, and it was something I always wanted. And I remember my mum actually saying to me, "I told you be careful what you wish for." That's all I say. Like I wish you'd stop drinking and everything be perfect. And then I was like, oh, I don't know whether I like this or not. Obviously, I would change it now.
Yeah, it takes because I went too intense one way. Like I have an addictive personality, so like I was either all in with being who I was, or all in with them being focused, disciplined, pushing forward, wanting everything to be perfect, wanting to be always progressing, like always what's next, I have to be doing more, I have to be doing this. And then it was just finding that balance, like it was finding that sort of happy medium where you can still push forward but not be so OCD like.
Regimental.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you need to drink it all?
No, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. No, I think people wanted me to have a drink more than I'd ever wanted. Like I wouldn't say.
People want you to drink because they feel like, I think for myself, I'd be like, oh, he's so boring, and he knows everything I'm talking about, and he's going to remember everything I'm saying, so they wanted to feel. Yeah, you're on the same wavelength as now. Yeah, because I remember you saying to me before there was a couple, and the girl doesn't drink, and I remember you saying to me, like, the fella wants to discuss with me, I said, oh God, then she doesn't drink. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm not going to sit there, like, she's going to know everything I'm doing, like. Yeah. And that's why people feel like, and I get it, like, because it's what I felt. all over now.
So,
She's have a baby tree, number 3 now.
there's no chance, Stacey. That was
I
it.
think she's actually advanced, could we?
Oh, I have a baby?
I think so.
No way.
I think it's one missing.
You got married, you got your wedding, that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
You're not getting the baby. You're not getting the baby. So you can.
Oh, I don't know. Never say never.
Part 1 of us sneaking into a boardroom in the Paris Court Hotel at
I had to do a lot of persuading for me to do this. I just want to try.
7:30 in the morning.
I wanted to go
Both
get
of us-
hair and makeup done.
Yeah, both of us not even teeth brushed or face washed. We actually just went for a quick walk around the gardens and said, "Oh, look, I come up with brainwave, hair brain ideas." And
So
just
we're keeping up with the Maloneys now.
keeping up
Keeping
with the Maloney's, yeah. Tune in for part 2, yeah. Where I tell you the real